Thank you all for joining us for our SEMICON West virtual press conference. My name is Samer Bahu. I'm the Director of Communications at SEMI. You should have received emails from either me or Sherry Gutierrez, our comms manager. Yeah, we're really excited about this year's show. Thank you for taking the time. We'll just walk you through some of the highlights of the show. Everyone is muted. The attendees are muted now. At the end, we'll give you the option to unmute and ask questions. You can also drop questions in the chat, and we'll cover those at the end. With that, I'll hand things off to Joe Stockunas, our president for SEMI Americas, to walk you through the highlights.
Thank you, Samer, and welcome and good day. Appreciate your interest in SEMICON West. I have just a few slides. I've got a handful of slides that will provide some baseline for where we're at with SEMICON West. So with that, I'll ask for Keynote to pull up the first slide. For those of you who are not familiar with SEMI, we are the end-to-end electronic supply chain trade association. What you see in front of you represents our 3,500 plus member companies and how we're organized. The boxes in green, I think you'll find helpful. They basically describe the end-to-end manufacturing supply chain for semiconductors. So on the right, you start off with design automation, the actual design of the semiconductor, and then the key suppliers are the next two boxes that you see, and they're a big part of our membership and a big part of what really goes into making a semiconductor. And then you see the semiconductor manufacturers themselves and the end market large consumers of semiconductors. We are principally involved. We don't get involved in the consumer end of semiconductor, but basically, again, that entire end-to-end manufacturing supply chain is who makes up our membership, which represents over 3,500 companies globally and 1.3 to 1.5 million employees within that space. Again, the boxes in green give you the size of the market for each one of these groupings in 2024, the end of 2024. The next slide, please. As I mentioned, we're a trade association. We've been around since 1970. We've grown with the industry. The industry was in its infancy when it was founded by member companies. We do some things for long, and we're very proud of the foundational things that we started with, our SEMICONs, which now have expanded to 8 different SEMICONs around the globe. This month, excuse me, we had our SEMICON Taiwan, for example. And we've been doing standards for over 50 years. And it's really a good example of how we work together with our membership on the things that provide collective benefit to the membership. Our members compete day to day for orders across that manufacturing supply chain. But there's a number of activities that it really makes sense for the membership to work through SEMI on key initiatives. And those are listed on the right side of this slide. So this year, the things, and these probably won't surprise you, the things that are most important for our efforts with our membership are advocacy, workforce development, sustainability, which includes PFAS, and AI and cybersecurity. And the overall focus that we try and take is that we're trying to ensure a robust and resilient supply chain. So that is at the heart of where we focus our priorities. And again, how we bring our members together. And SEMI, as an organizer and collaboration organization, works to bring people together to connect, collaborate, and innovate. Next slide, please. First and foremost in our focus is helping our members grow. And this has been something we've done for a long time. And the focus this decade is on the path to $1 trillion. And to give you some perspective, we've been a growth industry from our inception. But as you can see on the left side of the screen, late in the last decade, we broke $400 billion in semiconductor revenue on a global basis. But what's really exciting is within this decade, we'll grow from $400 billion to $1 trillion. And for an industry to be as large as we are and to grow 2.5 times in 10 years is unheard of. So it's really exciting where we're at. Last year, we finished at $603 billion. And this year, our current forecast is to grow to 679. So we're well on that path to $1 trillion. This year's growth is at 12.7% currently. We'll actually update this number. This is an opportunity that you can pick up while you're at SEMICON West. We'll have an update to this slide, and our overall market forecast is one of the things that SEMI will do at SEMICON West. But again, first and foremost, growing our memberships businesses is the focus that we try and really make strong contributions to, principally through SEMICON, and why we'll all get together. Our next slide. I think you're probably all aware by now that we made a big move this year. We have been hosting SEMICON West in the Moscone Center in downtown San Francisco since 1990. So after 35 years, we decided to mix things up, and we're going to alternate between Phoenix this year and San Francisco next year. And we've also moved the show from July to October. Big change for us. But again, it's something that we really feel this is a good way to mix things up in the show. And there's just been so much investment in Arizona, now over $200 billion of announced investments in Arizona in semiconductors. So it made a whole lot of sense for us to take this chance and make this move. And it could not have gone as well as it has to date without the support of local partnerships in Arizona. And you can see those listed here. The Arizona Commerce Authority, the Greater Phoenix Economic Council, and Visit Phoenix have really been wonderful partners for SEMI. And we're really excited about where we're at with SEMICON West 2025. So first of all, you know, the show it's the largest exhibition in the United States in the semiconductor industry. And very excited about the move. We actually sold out the show floor in November of last year. But you know, we continue to take waitlist reservations from member companies and other interested parties. And by March, we had 280 companies on the wait list. So we have opened up additional exhibition space. The main exhibition show floor is one level below street level, but there is additional exhibition space on the third floor. And so we've opened that up and sold it out. And we will have over 1,500 booths. We're right now at 1,533 is the number of booths. That's a 45% increase over last year in San Francisco. And it'll be the largest exhibition in 18 years. Likewise, from an attendance perspective, our attendance 2 weeks before the show is 31% increase in registrations over last year. And we had 25,000 people at SEMICON West in San Francisco last summer. This year, we're forecasting 35 to 40,000 attendees with this increase. It is a good move to move the show from July, where it interfered with 4th of July holiday for many, to the October timeframe, which is, my team tells me, is the best time in the calendar year to have an exhibition. And we're certainly seeing that with the exhibition subscriptions and the registrations at this point. In addition to that, we have a really wonderful content that complements the exhibition show floor. And we'll have 63 content sessions. So there's something for everyone. And it goes beyond the Tuesday to Thursday is the official show, but we have so much content right now that Monday's pretty full as well. And we have 567 speakers and panelists in those 4 days, and we're up about 100 speakers over last year as well. So all across the board, we're seeing tremendous growth and interest in SEMICON West and the move to Phoenix. And again, big thanks to our partners. Next slide, I'd just like to bring your attention to our CEO Summit. These are our keynote presentations, and we will have these each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They will run rather early in the morning. We'll get started at 8:30, and on Tuesday and Thursday, we'll run 8:30 to 10:30. On Wednesday, it's AI Day, and we'll go to about 11:30. Just so much going on in AI. And this is really, I encourage you to go each day. You can see the names of the companies that will be represented here. And these are CEO type individuals who will be making the presentations. And the focus will be on, again, the growth to $1 trillion, but also our most challenging issues in talent, technology, and trade. So this is really a great opportunity. Again, there's lots of detail across those 63 content sessions, but you want to hear from the movers and shakers. Get up a little bit early and be at the CEO Summit each day at 8:30. I think it'll be very worthwhile for you to hear each and every one of these presentations on the CEO Summit stage. And then lastly, I have one more slide, and I just want to focus on some of the new things. So next slide, please. I just want to focus on some of the new things that you'll see at SEMICON West. So SEMI is very focused on workforce development. It's the #1 request from our members for they need support. And we've been doing it for many years, over 20 years. This year, we'll open on October 1st at the Arizona Science Center, SemiQuest. And this is a new initiative on workforce development that's designed to inspire and engage 7th to 12th grade students on the world of semiconductors. We'll have a little bit more detail on a ribbon cutting for this event, which will take place on Thursday, and I'll let Sam describe that for all of you in a minute. But we're really excited about this as well. In addition, our industry continues to grow, continues to be more complex, and yet we really do rely on innovation. And we have a new session this year, which will be on Tuesday afternoon, starting at 1:30. And this is a really important area where we're going to bring the startup companies into a special session where we can help them go through that incubation period and find their way into our very large and growing and complex marketplace. So this session is titled Emerging Technologies and Innovation Partnership, and it's sponsored by Plug and Play, the Arizona Commerce Authority, and SEMI. Again, something I'd encourage you to consider attending. And then finally, over the last few years, the last 3 years since we came back from COVID, we've had tremendous growth in our exhibition show floor. We've got wonderful content, as I mentioned. And the one thing that I really wanted to focus on this year to broaden our show was to focus on celebration and recognition. And along that lines, what you'll see is on Monday evening, we'll have our first SEMI Awards Gala. It's entitled the Leaders and Legends Honors Event. And we will recognize Lisa Su, CEO of AMD, with the first ever presentation of the SEMI Silicon Medal. And then on Tuesday night, we're going to have a street fair. We're going to have a party. We're going to have a country western band, and it's open to everyone who comes to SEMICON. It will really be a fun and exciting event. It gets started a little later in the evening. We'll get started around 8:30. But it's an opportunity for everyone to come together and have one big, massive networking event on Tuesday evening. And then finally, I mentioned the CEO Summit agenda and the speakers, but each day on our CEO Summit, there'll be at least 2 recognition events that recognize folks who are making significant contributions to the success of our industry. And again, that'll take place each day, at least 2 of those on the CEO Summit stage during the CEO Summit. So with that, that's just a little bit of background for you. I'm going to turn things back to Sam, and he's going to share a little bit more.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. As you can see, everyone, exciting program this year. I'm really excited about the move to Phoenix. We did want to, before we jump in and open it up for questions, we did want to highlight a few of the press opportunities at the show. So we have one each day of the show. On the Tuesday of the show at 3 o'clock, this is the room right next to the press room, actually. We will host a press conference. Joe will speak and again provide another update on the show, brief update, and then we'll jump into a report from our market intelligence team. We'll have a presentation of the Semi World Fab forecast, the 300 millimeter outlook report. As you can imagine, the Americas region will feature prominently in the report, given the location, and it is a regional report though. We'll also provide that press release under embargo at the press conference. Second announcement at the event will be actually we'll have a few different speakers on our workforce development program. Joe mentioned the focus on that. There's a couple of different U.S. government funded projects that we'll have updates on and actually announcements on. So yeah, exciting to see the progress there. Of course, as Joe mentioned, it's a prime concern for the industry. So that should be interesting as well. The Wednesday of the show, in the late afternoon, we'll have our expo floor tour. going through the sustainability, workforce development, and smart manufacturing pavilions. Nice opportunity to engage with some of the exhibitors. You'll hear from some SEMI staff kind of about some of the programs, but then also kind of have a chance to explore those pavilions a little bit. And you don't necessarily need to attend the entire time. There will be, let's see, there are receptions in those, in each of these pavilions. You can kind of jump off the tour at some point, just let us know. As I mentioned, you can reach out to either me, Sherry Gutierrez, our comms manager. The Kite Rocket PR agency is also helping us on this. So yeah, anyone who's been in contact with you on kind of the programs at West, we can help to set you up to participate. The last item on the Thursday of the show, Joe mentioned SemiQuest. So we do have a ribbon cutting ceremony at 11 a.m. that day, followed by media tours. So guided tours just for the media. So nice opportunity to really check out that program and see it in motion. Without necessarily having to deal with all the kids. All right. So with that, we'll open it up to questions. So thank you all again. Let's see, I believe we have, let's see. So one question that came in, so, yeah, what are the exhibit floor hours each day? And we'll, Joe, do you know off the top of your head, or
10 to 4:30.
10 to 4:30? Yeah, okay. Very good. Thank you. So yeah, you can, if you would like to ask a question live, you can unmute yourself now. The audio button is at the bottom left. You can also raise your hand if you'd like. Right. Joe, just on the workforce front, I did want to ask, I mean, yeah, you know, how do you see the workforce program helping the industry address the talent gap?
So on the show floor, one of the largest exhibition spaces is our Workforce Development Pavilion. And there will be content for the entire 3 days that focuses on workforce development, focuses on creating awareness. There's opportunities to network and connect, and actually, it's kind of a mini career fair, if you will. We have companies that have kiosks at the workforce development. You'll have recruiters on site, so that's an opportunity for everyone. Again, the platform of presentations is wide and varied. It explains how to get trained, what the opportunities are, the basics of the industry. We focus on students a great deal, and that's really something we're excited about this year. Moving the event from July to October puts it within the school year, and also having it in Phoenix, where Arizona State's the largest engineering school in the country. So we're expecting a very busy workforce development pavilion with both the content that we offer and the ability to connect to students in a more direct and simple way. So very excited about workforce development.
Great. Thanks, Joe. I did want to mention also, I forgot to mention, I did want to touch on, so Joe mentioned the street fair on Tuesday, is it, Joe? Tuesday, yeah. So we do have other networking opportunities. I did mention the receptions on Wednesday. Of course, there's activities, yeah, throughout the show. You'll get some information on some of the opportunities, but yes, please feel free to reach out to to Sherry, me, or any of the Kite Rocket contacts, and yeah, we can also help guide you to some of the fun and networking opportunities at the show as well.
If I could build on that a little bit, Samler. So I mentioned 63 content sessions, and the way they're basically organized is there are 20 subgroups within SEMI. That's the way we organize, where there's a common interest, and it varies. In some cases, it's market driven. In some cases, it's technology driven. In some cases, it's common interest. And those organizations basically develop the content that I mentioned, the 63 content sessions. And the show floor does end operations at 4:30, but pretty much every day at 4:30, those 20 different communities within SEMI, they're hosting networking sessions, receptions, if you will, on the show floor nearby each day from like 4:30 to 6. So there are just a multitude of opportunities to network. In addition to, again, we'll have 1,500 boots on the show floor. So a great way to make contacts and develop your network within the industry. Of course, drive your business.
Great. Let's see. There's a question about the presentations being recorded. I'm assuming this is at the show. Actually, I will mention this presentation will be recorded or is recorded, and we will share this with folks. So you will have the opportunity to, if there was something you wanted to review, you'll have the opportunity to do that. We will also share Joe's slides as well. So we'll share the presentation with the attendees. We generally do not record, we don't record the sessions at SEMICON West. Are there any that are being recorded, Joe? I know we have done some, but
recorded and nothing will be recorded and released. So we did this during COVID and right after COVID, and it's an extremely high cost, and we just didn't have folks weren't using so we had them online for months afterwards, and I don't think we ever had more than 50 sessions downloaded. So it was really small use. So we are not doing it.
Yeah. In-person shows are back. All right. Let's see. All right. With that, I did mention we did have we have the press room. You'll receive kind of a final email from us with a packet of information to help you prep for the show, and please let us know if you have any questions. One last thing, we do have a recording space actually outside of the press room, across from the press room. So if you're interested in recording with some SEMICON West branding, either a video or audio. Of course, the background won't help with the audio, but still, that space is available if you'd like to record kind of in a formal SEMICON West. And let's see, one more question, Joe. Confirmed attendees. How many confirmed attendees are there?
We are over 13,000, and it's going up at about rate of about 1,000 per day right now.
Yeah. And then you said you were expecting.
I'm expecting total we'll have like 35 to 40,000 folks go through the turnstiles over the 3 days.
Yeah. Very good. Excellent. All right. I think we'll go ahead and thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And again, please reach out if you need any help setting up interviews or anything else. Thank you.